when the person said it to me, I was like, "You never met my mother. Why are you telling me how you met her?" And she was like, "Oh, it's a TV show." I said, "Oh, I haven't turned TV on in 5 years." But basically, now that we're back on Twitch, tonight I'm going to wrap up a little early. But I do want to. I'm not that early yet. It's only 2:30. But I'm trying to figure out where to go and where to gauge this. As far as, yes, I know, Jazz, you're asking about the 49th episode. But
can't play it on Twitch.
I can't play it on Twitch.
Just turn off Twitch early. We'll go to Ustream.
I mean, I could do it off of Ustream, and like I said, I more or less want to do a director's cut version of it, not something to ridicule and laugh and have a good time about, but to basically go through it, and kind of see how the show's progressed, people have progressed, and more or less, almost like a where are they now? I'd like to bring everybody back on that day.
Oh my god.
Oh wow. How many niggas was in the chat at that time? It was like 20 niggas.
Yeah, it was a lot.
It was like 20, 22 people.
Yo, so we're gonna have Fnatic back for that?
That shit was like, I didn't go to sleep at all that night. I stayed up and fucking watched that shit. I went to school, like halfway asleep.
I caught the last half of that show and I couldn't sleep because I was laughing so much.
I've never fucking laughed so hard in my life.
Yeah.
I don't remember half the shit. I just remember Fnatic was like...
Fnatic got bodied, he was quiet, and he was scared for his life.
Scary though, because as soon as one man got on the chat and started shit talking him, like 5 other niggas came out of nowhere and just started shit talking him. That shit was nuts.
Fnatic was talking shit, one person came on, and Fnatic was quiet the rest of the time.
I think it was all caps.
Yeah, all caps kept going in. Yeah, for the most part, it was all caps. They were all getting their licks, but all caps went in. I'm talking about POV status, double dip, raw status on that motherfucker.
No condom. No protection.
No condom, no KY. Made him grab his ankles all the way around.
Hey,
okay, I didn't go that far with it.
I mean, he didn't say shit though.
So, what the fuck was I gonna say? I'm just getting a brain fart. David.
Yeah, what's up, man?
So, like, if you see me walking down the street in Jamaica, man, would you be like, "What the fuck is this?" Or would you be like, "Yo, he's like a brother"?
Actually, I think. All right.
Goddamn, Jay.
I don't know.
He going up the block and telling him, "My man, I just saw the devil. He was coming up the block with dressed as a Rasta." It's OBS Bumbleclot, man.
I don't know if I would be talking in a half Jamaican, half Italian accent. I don't know.
I could see David. Yo, this fucking guy. He was running up the block. He had a fucking red face. He got dreads, and he was singing Bob Marley. He was fucking some crazy ass shit.
No, I think I don't know what would happen. I guess it depends on where you were. I don't know if you
walked into your job like that.
I would say, I don't know what I would say, but I would just say, don't hurt him. He's just a little crazy.
No, like Russ, like just imagine it, like, James, gets off the plane, he's thinking like, all right, Russ told me to meet him at his job, I'm gonna meet him. Just casually walking in the way he looks, he's just like, brother, what's going on? And everyone's just fucking staring at him.
That's what I said. Most people would be laughing, but I guess.
But now,
yo, tell the truth. They'd be like, yo, what if?
But I don't think the Rastafarians would like him.
No, they wouldn't like me. What if I come down there with like 2 machetes?
I don't. Nah.
2 machetes. What if he came in there with like a pound of fucking weed? Just a fucking pound of marijuana.
I don't know. No, I think because of the horns thing. If it was just James, regular skin.
So
James,
what if I went? Yeah, if I ditched the dreads, hold on.
No. If it was just Alright, if he took off the red skin and the horns and it was just the dreads, you'd be fine. Nobody would say shit. They wouldn't even give a shit.
For some reason, I just can't believe he wouldn't be stabbed.
No, because I think Triforce just remind me. There's Chinese Rastas down here, so as long as he takes off the horns and the red skin, since there's a lot of religious people down there, they
Oh
wouldn't
yeah,
give
that's
a
right.
shit.
I could pull some voodoo shit.
Look like a voodoo doll anyway.
I'd be like rolling some chicken bones down the street.
Oh wow! Damn.
Chicken bones down the street.
Chicken bones.
Yeah, I watched. What was that movie? Marked for Death or Hard for Kill? The Jamaican drug
It
dealer.
was marked for death.
Wait.
Screwface? Man, I don't know Screwface. Screwface on me a 1,000 debt more than you. You want to go find him? Find him,
You should
you
show up at
fucking
the
son.
next major like that, James. See how
I
much
don't know. I remember watching that movie and I'm saying, why do these Jamaican actors have to overact so hard?
Nah, they was going in, yo.
They were going, but that shit had me laughing because, like, if you play that on TNT, they're cursing Jamaican bad words. So, normally it'd be like somebody saying "fuck" on public, on regular TV, or 10 times in a row, and no censors or any shit like that.
Yeah,
So-
ain't no senses on here. Jamaican curses ain't really curses.
So it was mad funny when I was watching that. But,
I did my whole body.
yeah, your whole body red.
Yeah, we don't need to see the whole thing.
You want to see Red Rocket?
Stop.
Nah.
Stop
Red
it.
Rocket? Red Rocket?
Stop it.
We don't need to see that.
Oh wait, I thought Junior was in the chat. My bad.
That's what I
Oh damn!
I knew that was coming.
Damn!
Yo, I really want to get CD Junior sponsored by Hebrew National Hot Dogs. I really do.
Oh wow! Or
I
Oscar
really wanna
Mayer,
try to- or Oscar Mayer, one of those.
or Wiener Schnitzel.
Nathan's hot dogs.
Oh wow!
Imagine that. Or get him sponsored by Ron Jeremy. Just do it. Just get him sponsored by Ron Jeremy.
Oh wow!
Ron Jeremy. and-
I could
and tell
actually,
him-
I mean, Ron Jeremy wouldn't be fucking interested, but I actually, since I know him, I'd probably be able to get away with that.
I don't know. I don't know any gay fucking porn stars, man, but like some fucking famous.
Some famous porn star.
What the fuck is that, man? What the fuck, yo? Much better. Okay.
Oh.
So, oh god, I'm fucking drawing a blank right now. There we go.
You need to go grab your ass a beer or something.
Nah, I can't drink. I haven't drank in a while, man. Really. I mean,
Oh,
I've had a
shit.
beer once in a blue moon, but I pretty much, from the old days of Twitch, I'm not popping pills and drinking.
Hey James, I got 2 questions for you. One, how does someone join the OBS team and get OBS next to their name?
I wanna do that.
Raise your right hand.
Right. And whichever you idiots rose it.
Repeat after me. Everybody else has done this. Come on, both of you guys got to do it. I'm going to make you OBS right now.
Shit.
Raise your right hands.
All right.
I state your name.
My name or my gamer tag.
Your gamer tag.
I, Mikey K.
Swear allegiance.
Swear.
Come on, stop laughing, Abe. This is serious business here.
Swear allegiance
to Jamaican Satan.
I'm done with you.
I don't. Okay. Did you? I don't. Wait.
This is part of the initiation. You have to get through it.
God damn it.
You gotta swear allegiance to Jamaican Satan.
I'm done with y'all.
Jamaican Satan.
I'll do it.
So just sold to the devil.
You know how easy it is? Look, I've told everybody, whoever wants to be OBS, you're OBS. You come to the show. If you go to events, if you go into locals, if you're not a scumbag, you're OBS.
Oh shit. So that means I'm terminated.
Yeah, you're done.
eliminated from OBS membership.
Jazz just eliminated right off the bat.
And then just email me. You know, I'll put my and for all those people that have won as well, I need you to email me. I got all your names, but I want to make sure you get your swag. You know,
I want all my swag.
I get you. I got
Oh,
the
I
swag.
need that stick.
I got the swag.
Or if you're gonna be at Winter Brawl,
Of course I'm gonna be at Winter Brawl.
I can just go get it there.
Yeah,
You know.
of course I'll be at Winter Brawl. I never miss Big E's events.
Jamie's always trying to collect some swag.
What'd you say?
Alright, I put my email in both chats. You can email me just your info, so I know who you are. When I do my second run of stuff, which is going to be, I'm already currently working on a new design for a shirt and hoodies and chick panties. Yes, I did say that. I've done a line of chick panties, which I kind of like.
Chicken.
Oh wow.
Chick panties, like there's only one kind of panties. There's not like guy panties.
Trust me, this is the FGC. I've had guys ask me for panties, and I'm like, what kind of panties? Oh, you know, I'm like,
edible.
Then again, it's the FGC. You'd be surprised who wears panties.
exactly.
James, are they edible?
No.
Ugh.
So wait, did you need us
Hey,
to
yo.
tell us the address you want us to?
I put it in both chats. I'll put it in again.
Yeah, no. But you want us to email you the
Yeah,
address
just-
you want the ship to?
Yeah, just give me your basic info. You don't have to give me your social security and your bank account, but you know
Fuck
who
that.
you are, your name, the tag you want to be acknowledged by, and your shirt size and where the hell you live.
All right.
And that's it. You know, and like I tell everybody, the whole thing about being OBS is not, you know, being a dick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just go to events, have fun. You know, if somebody talks shit to you, trust me, there's 10 other OBS guys that'll probably smack them. You know, and reality is, enjoy yourself. Instead of taking this so hardcore seriously that the world's going to come to an end, that if you don't get some kind of bullshit recognition, you know, for your skills in pushing buttons, that, you know, we kind of say, fuck it, just play.
Mm-hmm.
Very simple. And then, you know, you'll get an OBS email address. So, like, you're emailing me, you can have a OBS Mikey K at the On Blast show. Every member gets that.
Sick.
You know, so you just got to tell me, do you want it direct or do you want it forwarded to another email address? And this way you ain't got to fucking answer it all the time.
Oh shit!
You know, and that's basically it. Come fucking hang out. I mean, you know, doing the show, I wish I can drink like with people like during the show. Like I'm gonna have one night a drink match with somebody in April. I gotta wait.
Oh Lord.
I gotta wait.
Wow.
I gotta wait.
Who can hang with James?
That's gonna be. That's gonna be. You can't hang with me.
I probably can.
You'll be crying on the
I
stream.
might.
I
be
want-
able to.
I want you to do it against CD Junior. He thinks
no.
he can drink his ass
He's
up.
No,
like-
I don't
that's
want-
what I
he's
say.
like-
No, I say I think I can, but we have different alcohol standards. I think ours is a little looser.
I might
Good
be able
body.
to, but
But you know what? I don't know if I want to see CD Junior in a drinking contest. Look how much time he says balls and shaft when he's sober. Good God.
I know.
Touching
yo, he
James.
might actually start surfing gay porn if he's all fucking drunk out and shit. Oh,
The Alex Jabali option select.
That's my
Oh,
James,
God.
So-
how do you get topics for your show?
I dreamed them. Wow,
That's tight.
wow, David, that's a fucked up picture, man.
It's a hat. It's all a hat. It's all a hat.
That's kind
Tight
of
ass.
freaky.
That's a warm ass hat. That's how black people hate the fucking cold. We'll buy that shit day one. I fucking hate the cold.
You say, oh my, you're having problems grow a beard? Yeah, just wear this hat.
Bruh. Bruh, I went. What? I
What the
fucking.
fuck?
Did y'all hear that?
Whose dog is that?
Who's that?
Sorry, that's my friend's dog.
Get strangled
What
in
kind
the
of dog is
background
it?
or some shit?
It's a pit bull.
You know what? You know what? Did you guys see the person that put the video up of that dude punching that fucking little baby pit bull? Now, I don't like pit bulls, to be honest.
No.
But I'm still not gonna. Yeah, somebody put a video up like on Facebook and shit. Some jerk off like leading the dog in, like, oh, come here, and then just fucking smashed it.
You know what I saw?
Oh,
I
wow.
saw someone post on Facebook. This little fucking girl was throwing puppies, like just born puppies, in the fucking river. That's what I saw
On Facebook? Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
I saw that on Facebook. And she was smiling too. Now, I don't hit women. I don't believe in hitting women. But this little girl needs a fucking kick in the face or two.
That's not even. I don't think it's a little girl when it's to that extent. I think it's more of parents.
Wait. So, why is Facebook becoming a new spot for snuff films?
Yeah, I'm seeing all this weird shit now.
Yeah, so am I.
I saw somebody get fucked by a dog on fucking Facebook, dude.
Okay, I could have went through my life not knowing that.
Oh, damn.
Like, scrolling and like, you know how the videos just start now?
It's not esports.
No, that's Beastie Sports.
Oh, we can kiss esports goodbye with that comment.
FGC Illuminati does not approve that.
I do not approve that either.
Nah, but Facebook is fucking tripping. I don't know what the hell is going on.
Wow, this
But
fucking.
that's why I haven't been on Facebook for like almost a year now. I was like, screw this.
Yo, I see these dreads and shit. I think of a spider crab.
Oh.
So,
Well, eventually I am going to grow dreads. Real ones. Well, I don't know about those horns and the red skin. I'll work on it. We'll see what we can get.
I can help you out.
Oh wow.
You just gotta sacrifice a lamb. Yo, what's up?
I will be going now.
Okay. And are you gonna? When's your next tournament? Winter Brawl? Or you don't know?
I have to see. Most likely, I'll be there.
Oh yeah, Chris. Before you go, I wanted to ask, how come you're so bad at giving away stuff? I bet you're struggling.
He's not bad. He's just bad at asking good questions.
They're really easy. I don't know what went wrong.
I've never picked easier questions in my life.
I know.
My question was like the easiest thing. I just made it seem hard to like make other people feel bad.
Hey Chris.
Oh shit.
Hey Chris. What color is my red orange juice?
I'm gonna go with pink.
I want mango.
You're actually right.
Yo, James, is it onblastshow.com? Is that the email?
TheOnBlastShow.com, correct.
Alright.
So, Chris, next tournament you got to rep OBS since you're a free agent.
I'm done.
So this way, OBS.
That would be godlike.
This way, OBS can get a win in Marvel because we don't have any Marvel players.
I'll play Marvel.
Yo, when am I getting my hoodie?
Oh shit! I forgot. I never gave you a hoodie.
He wants his swag.
Yo,
I got an OBS shirt. Damn.
No, you got a shirt though, didn't you, Chris?
He's gonna give me that for like the past year and a half.
Oh damn.
Damn.
You know what it was? I didn't want to infringe on your contract with AGE, but now that
For that got him.
I wasn't AGE at the time.
Oh.
Yeah, you what?
Oh.
Wait, I got a question since Chris is here, because we know Chris is going to find another sponsor, but what the fuck is Fnatic and Knives going to do?
Exactly what Fnatic and Knives is doing right now.
Go on tour and play League.
They're gonna go on tour as a fucking Ebony and Ivory band.
Speaking of which, why is Flow sponsored by EG?
I want to be the guy.
What? No, it's a serious question. Why is he?
That was a serious answer too.
Wow.
I didn't hear you.
You don't ask that question.
Oh, you don't ask that question. All right, fair enough. It's a forbidden question. I get it.
It definitely is.
Yes, got it.
I'm done.
Because he plays. Wait. I will tell you this. He is the best Incredible Crash Test Dummy NES player I've ever seen stream.
Oh wow.
And the competition is stiff.
Look, I got nothing against the dude, man. Flo's a nice guy.
No, I feel you on that. Let's just say it's not how well he pushes the buttons; it's who he knows that he pushes the buttons with.
Oh,
Is why be the powers? He's on the fucking team.
I think he's marketable.
No, he's
No,
marketable, but long story short, he is like no pure Rog. He's not no Pretty Ricky. He's not a fucking Justin Wong. Like, long story short, he should not be on the team. But whatever, they want to blow their money like that. That's fine.
Can't hate.
Damn, the hate is real.
Yeah, you can't.
I mean, I'm a realist, man. It's real shit.
And like King Ryzen said over on Ustream, because he can market himself outside the FGC.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm working on my graphic design shit.
Shit, I can work on myself outside of the FGC.
I'm working on graphic design right now, dog. It's just gonna be tight.
Damn, Chris, he really had you waiting on the waiting list for a sweater that long? Shit, dude.
You know what, Chris? Yeah. You were so busy.
You're so busy.
You were so busy winning all these events, I didn't want to fuck up your mojo.
Oh, wow.
I was looking out for your best interest, man.
Yeah, because as soon as he put that shirt in, he's not going to place in Marvel. Not
No.
going to place
I want you to
in
be thinking about CD Junior all day.
Oh, I think
Hey,
I heard
boy.
some. I heard some news on Fnatic though. It seems Fnatic might be working for PDP directly, not in his old capacity anymore.
What's he gonna do? Play some theme songs for him?
Hey,
Oh,
you
wow.
might not know his his music talent.
Make
is-
AG
No,
jingle
no,
jams.
He's talented. He's talented.
Does-
He really is. He is
does
very,
PDP
very talented.
Does PDP have a Call of Duty team? I mean, if not, that would be
OBS
actually.
does. OBS does.
Yo,
The
I'm
cops-
trying to. Yo, I'm getting kind of serious on this Call of Duty shit, man.
fuck Call of Duty.
Shit is.
Yo,
It's a bad
Hey, wait a
game.
minute. Wasn't Brian on the show before?
Yeah, he left.
He had to leave.
He had to leave.
Yeah,
I made him
yeah.
wait too long because I had other people coming in and out, and I feel bad.
Yeah,
But
yeah, fair
you know, Brian, I hope you're not crying. You know you're always welcome here.
But
Cry-
James, the reason I bring up topics is because before, when Dark Lurker was talking to Chris about how he thinks all top players act, like they think that all people of skill level lower than theirs, they're just bad and shit. I was wondering if you'd ever want to make that a topic for your show about how not to perceive people until you actually talk to them and shit. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I always try to stress that. I mean, people that have met me at events and they see me come on a stream looking like Satan Jamaican, fucking cursing people out and telling people to suck my dick and cut my balls.
No.
But my point is, you see me here and you see me pissed off. It's not keyboard warrior talk, because if you still want to go, we can go. But the point is that when I'm at an event, it's the camera's not pointed on me. I don't have to be, prim and proper and do wacky antics.
Right. But I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about let's say if you had me and Yipes or me and Chris on the show, and we were discussing from my perspective, I'm not top player, and from Chris's perspective, he's a top player, and we just discussed if I came up to Chris and asked him maybe and see would he do this, and his mindset when he goes into a match, but his mindset after, just if you would dedicate the beginning of a show to that.
Yeah. Just remind me. That's all. Remind me. Don't remind me Tuesday.
Obviously.
Remind me during the week.
I'll hit you up on Facebook.
I start trolling. Trolling through all the drama. Fairly quick, from this episode, I send this off to Natus. After I send it off to Natus, then, I wind up, looking for the next blow up, for example, the top 10 listed the most evil motherfuckers in our community. That was posted over on Reddit.
I'd rather not comment on
Who's
who
the
I
most
think that
evil?
is.
What type of evil are we talking about? Legitimate evil, or
Well,
who's on-
the Reddit version of evil.
I'm just gonna say this: Triforce is not in my top 10.
Yeah, Triforce, he's cool people.
Believe it or not, a lot of those people that were on the list are cool people. And
But that's my point. they just don't know them. Like, obviously, we know who Triforce is now because he's on the fucking show every goddamn week preaching. Oh no! I'm sorry. Triforce, arrive, preach, leave. That's his motto. He's a Stone Cold Steve Austin of the FGC.
He's the Noah. He's letting his people go.
The Stone Cold Noah Austin.
He's coming to the FGC. He's gonna burn it down. He's gonna bring it back. He's gonna come back with the 10 Commandments of the FGC. Oh no, somebody already did that. Never mind.
Yeah.
Nah, but yeah, I'll hit you up on Facebook later the week.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I would love to just like do a Q&A with a top player. I don't know who, but
yeah.
I mean, no offense to Chris, but I don't know if Chris is the person that you do it.
It's a good thing Chris left because I'm getting more little tidbits of information about this whole PDP thing. They said that since Fanatics has this new more position in PDP, you know, the rumor mill is saying that he used Chris, you know, finding Chris G to cement himself in the PDP organization, and he knew the whole fighting game thing was going to keel over back in December of 2012.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I think we all know that Chris got to AG mostly because he knew Fnatic, right?
No, Fnatic looked for him. He more persuaded him to come over than the other way around.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But also, like, Fnatic, despite all the shit we say about him, he's not stupid.
No.
There's very few people I know would I classify as truly stupid. They have ignorant.
All right. Well, ignorant.
No, I'm not saying I'm not going to say he's ignorant. I'm just saying he has some crazy things he believes in, but that's him.
No, but I mean, like, despite all the shit that everyone says about Fnatic, he's one of the more smarter people.
Yo, take the picture down, son.
Yo, James, that yipes in that basket. Yo, that's this godlike. Yo,
That's one of my favorite ones.
What are you talking about?
The
That
pictures.
one, yeah.
that one's yeah. That's dope. The 8-bit Nintendo. Oh shit, that is dope. I want a T-shirt of that right there.
Okay, you should get that as a necklace.
I should.
Oh, shit.
I'll wear that as a shirt.
I really want that as a shirt.
You pushed that shit.
They watching me. Oh shit.
No, sir.
I must be behind.
They're watching.
Oh yeah, they watch.
I see.
Oh man, that night was
Watch it,
great.
I'll wear that shirt though.
I'll wear that to Evo. Real rap.
I was thinking, you know what? Let me see. He gave me a whole bunch of them. This dude. He does a lot. He did a lot of good shit.
Who is that?
That night when fucking
The Fasanas.
Mr. All Caps. Nelson.
Yo,
can you hear
James.
me?
Post that picture of the 8-bit Nintendo case in the Skype chat.
That should be
That
a
is
shirt.
godlike. That is
fucking
super godlike.
godlike. That-
I love 8-bit shit.
So 8-bit music is the best shit.
8-bit period, dude. That era was just the epitome of
Like
gaming.
I am proud to be able to say my first game was on the NES.
Yeah, same here. A lot of people say Atari and Commodore and all that stuff, but me, it was NES. Like, I've played those,
I'll
but
tell you this,
NES
I'm
for me was...
I'll tell you this, Abe. I'm happy I never played ET because I probably would have quit gaming forever.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
I put it this way, NES was such a first thing for me. I had to go back to see how horrible it was. I was just like, oh wow, that's sad.
But I think back then the game ET couldn't have taken more than 2 weeks to make.
You know what, James? That needs to be a light-up jacket for Team OBS.
What, the NES card?
Yeah, the NES card, that needs to be a light-up jacket.
No, I agree. This would
It's
make
got
good.
all the EMP on
Next
there.
year at Defense North, when we all show up, we gotta fucking wear that shit tonight and fucking pledge our allegiance to the Jamaican Satan.
Jamaican Satan.
James dressed up Dragon Satan at Evo. We all walk in.
I gotta get like a Velociraptor mask. That'll be my next one.
We made the nigga.
And then we get a sheet for fucking Triforce so he can be Moses.
When is Winter Bro? Is Winter Bro this weekend?
No, it's the 21st.
I wish it was this
Fuck, I ain't
weekend.
gonna be in New York for that.
I know, right?
I ain't gonna be in New York for that.
I can
I
only
gotta get out to majors more, man.
I can only afford to go to one major, and that is Evo, and that is just for vacation.
Nah, like I gotta get over my fear of getting shot on the trains here in New York to go to next level more. That's why.
Wait, how much people have actually been shot on the trains?
Are the trains
I live in
that bad
Brooklyn.
for you?
God damn it!
I mean, don't they wait till they shoot you till after you get off the train?
That's Philly.
Oh wow.
What the fuck is the difference, Russell? Either way, I'm getting shot.
No.
Either way, a bullet is entering my body somewhere, and I'm going to a hospital. What is your point? Whether they wait for me to exit the train or go on it, either way, I'm still getting hit. I'm still getting shot by a bullet from a gun that was manufactured by. I could keep going on.
No, well, you have to understand, it's rude to be shot in transit.
No, it's not.
Oh wow.
No, it's not.
It's only
No,
good
because they
medicine.
just stab you in transit. That's why.
Right, exactly.
Well, okay, maybe, but
Good old prison shank.
is the
I'm gonna
is the
put
scene
some.
at next level 9?
What's that?
No, that's Abe.
No.
must have a
I'm
cold or
talking about the scene at next level. Is it dying? I
Yeah.
heard that it.
Yeah,
it is taking
Chris
a
G
hit.
made a post about it.
It is taking a hit. It definitely is taking a hit.
Hey James, do you mind reading his little post on Facebook?
No, I don't. Let me go to it.
Yeah, cause
Like-
that was some real ass shit though. Like, and all bullshit aside, he said some real shit. Cause people have been complaining nonstop about that.
So then stop fucking complaining and do something about it. Listen, all of East Coast, if you're listening to this show, stop fucking bitching, get off your fucking asses and do something. If it was my place, I would, but get the fuck off your asses and do something.
I don't know. I'm not going to judge them so hard yet. Because
I'll judge them. I'll judge them.
The reason I don't live in New York, so I don't know how easy it is to get to the next level.
You're partially smart, that's why.
Oh my god.
Oh, what?
This shit.
What?
What happened, Jazz? I can't hear.
It's
Out
a
of
snowstorm
control,
outside.
man.
What? I can say fuck New York. I lived here my whole life.
No,
I
no,
mean,
no.
I could too, but shit, damn, son.
Fuck the Big Apple, nigga. Anyways.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I don't know how easy it's for them to get to that
No, but
location. Maybe
That's only one of their complaints, you know. And then it's like, oh, you know, these places, you know, they're either too scumbaggy or they're too dirty or they're too far. I mean, damn, man, fuck.
My point is, like, at what point do you just get tired of the bitching and actually do something about it?
I know, right?
But you can't cater to everybody, though. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Somebody's gonna be salty. Like, fuck
you
it.
can't cater to everybody, but you can do something and cater to enough people where the few people that still bitch about it, it's
Yeah.
such a small margin that you don't
See,
give a shit.
But the sad reality of it is just the fact that, you know, those who do complain about it are the ones who are not really serious about, you know, playing fighting games. And
Yes,
the
but
ones
the
who
ones who are
serious
serious about it do it too.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Well, look.
You
Let me do this first. You know, I mean, as far as all this artwork goes, hold on a second. Let me find that Chris G post first. As far as the Nintendo cart,
That shit is godlike.
I like that too.
Yeah, that touched so home. Oh man, I want to go play NES all day.
I want to go play Duck Hunt right now. I want to just like sit back and play Duck Hunt. Go back to like 1992.
Imagine your fucking gun stops working, so you like try to put that shit up to the screen and it still fucking doesn't work.
Yeah.
I mean, Scott, a guy, Scott Sanderson, that's in the show. He's the one that sends me those. David Hayter's the one that does the other ones. The Triforce ones.
Shit. That dude's a G, man.
You know, and as far as Chris G, let me see what he's got here. It goes. It starts out with this goes out to the East Coast, mainly tri-state area, New York City, next level, and the whole FGC who complain too much. First of all, distance is a lie. People have no excuse. If you travel further for random 20s in the middle of nowhere and go somewhere random for a session, I don't want to hear it. Also, if you have nothing else better to do with your life and still come up with something, I don't want to hear it. The only thing I should hear is I have something to do tomorrow, like work or school. Second, the price is whatever. Spending $40 a month at Tops for your hobby or something you love is not bad. It just means people are broke. Majors are obviously different. It costs money to enjoy yourself. There are top three that get paid. So unless you're me or a handful of others, there's not much reason to go to make money. Get a job, sponsor, whatever, and learn to support yourself. And for the people who don't go because they are afraid to lose to people like me, you're pathetic. Skullgirls, cough, cough. Which brings me to 3. A lot of people are doing this for the wrong reasons. You know why Chinatown Fair was amazing. Because you didn't go there to make money. Video games are about the competition, pride, hanging out, and having fun. Mind you, I was there a lot, and which I'm not ashamed to say, a big reason I lost an ex was due to this. I did what I loved, and I was determined. School system didn't work out that way, the way I wanted it to. I guess you can say I'm glad I just didn't end up working at McDonald's. Not to knock people who do. I am one of the few who are able to make a living off of this. Fourth, no one has to help anyone but you individually. Stop pointing fingers to people suck not because of me, but because of everyone else and themselves. Step it up just like everyone else. If YouTube and plinking can't help your execution, then have more things. Can't help your execution, then have more things to worry about. I play casuals like anyone else, but not all day. I help when I want to, not when you want me to. Which, by the way, when I hosted local battles and said I would play people to get them better, excuses. I've done a panel, a Q&As, beat a pro type gig, and let certain people in my house. Don't forget finger cramp. I'm trying, are you? Lastly, which I hear often, are games being dead? Nope, you killed it off. Smash is still alive for a reason. Bring a setup, get 10 people, and boom, magic. Esports, ha ha ha. I don't care. So stop being lazy and stop making excuses. At least when I make excuses, I'm there. You make excuses, you're home watching a stream complaining. The scene here is dying because of everyone. Support the scene, support venues. There's obviously more to say, which I won't discuss for obvious reasons. So let you guys talk about it, but I'm going to say you guys suck. And I'm the best, and happy trails. Show this to event hubs. P.S. This does not apply to everyone.
Well, you got a point.
Happy trails.
Real rap, man. That was some real shit.
You checking them deuces and moving to the West Coast, yo.
Yeah, basically, that's what it sounded like to me.
Yeah, word.
Sound like Justin Part 2.
You know, he's right. You know, 100%.
He's right.
100%. You know,
he is pretty right.
But you know, at the same time, given the way the circumstances are working out all over the place, to start just calling people out now isn't going to help anything either.
Nope.
No.
You know, if I turn around and go, "Fucking Jazz, you're an asshole. You're an asshole. You're an asshole," and then I say,
just smack the shit out of you at Warner Bros.
No, you're not, bitch. Please. You must have watched Shaft one time too many. But if I do that to you, the point is, if I do that to you every day for a month, and then say, "Oh, by the way, Jazz, do me a favor," you're gonna tell me to go fuck myself.
Oh, indeed.
You know, so I mean, if you know, while his point is on, it doesn't help get people motivated to come out more. You know, and figuring out what it's going to take, that's where the key is. You know,
Safe has been doing that for years, though. Safe has been like, yo, telling the East Coast, yo, get better, get better.
It's true.
That session up, get better.
It is
he
true.
got pretty much the same response.
Long time.
Yeah. And he got pretty much the same response. People say, "Oh, blah blah," you know what I mean?
But see, that brings me to the point that you know, as much as people want this fantasy esport thing, it's exactly what it is. It's fucking fantasy, man.
It's a pipe dream.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yo,
know,
fucking Coogie was
It
talking
always
about that
was.
shit the other day. Like Coogie was talking about that shit the other day. Like it's possible, but yo, if you're not willing to put in the work, don't piss a bitch about how it can't work for you when you're not putting in the work to make it work.
yeah, but on the flip side, the people that we have in this scene, it's hard enough to keep them around.
Mm-hmm.
How do you expect to attract others when you can't even keep what you got in your little fucking lion's den now? You ain't gonna make any more lions. That's it. They're leaving. You know, and one of the reasons they're leaving is frustration. You know, frustration, the way they feel people talk to them. I mean, I get emails from people that say, you know, I went to this event, I'm never going to an event again. People smell like shit.
That's true.
They try to socialize with certain people and get that blown off like, oh, you're an online warrior trying to come out. Yeah, well, that's the whole point. You were all online warriors at one time.
Nah, I wasn't never no online.
Yeah, you were. You were online at the fucking. I'm not even gonna go there.
I was an online warrior.
You know, you were an online person. It just wasn't.
Everybody started from square one, is what James is trying to say.
It wasn't traditional. You know.
You know what the problem is? It's how do I explain this? When I was going to a card store when I was little playing Magic, I got laughed at for trying to get better and asking for help. And that happened for years. I got ridiculed, but I kept going back. So when I got good at the game of Magic, I felt like entitled. Like I should never ever lose to a person who's not as good as me. And I have no reason to help that person because I should never have to lose. Like if you get good enough to beat me, I'm being serious though. Like that's how I felt. I used to feel like that all the time. Like even when, like I write articles for a website when I do videos too. And whenever I used to do videos, I used to bitch and I used to moan about getting, you know, top decked and variants and shit. But at some point in my life, I thought to myself, how fucking stupid and schmuckish am I? Because I used to be exactly like these people who, you know, are asking for help and people who want advice from me. Like, I used to be exactly that person. But you know what the problem is? Not everybody is like me. And everybody in the FGC still feels that self-entitlement, that they deserve the money. And they don't want any... And, you know, if you're going to level up and be at their level, that's great. But they're not going to help you do it.
But now, but the problem is this. Why do you motherfuckers deserve a fucking penny? Why? What are you doing that garners you to or entitles you to get so much money that you guys are talking about? You don't sell anything. You don't sell anything. I don't give a shit who's selling what product. Nobody's buying pizzas because of Justin. Nobody's fucking buying controllers because of Fnatic. Fnatic may be selling some controllers, but it's not to the point where you could be like, wow, look at all the money he's making us. It's nickels and dimes. So why am I going to shell out all this money to invest in something to get 1/10 of what I put in back out? That's just a poor business decision.
See, like
everybody's looking for a return in their investment. Pretty much. If you're not willing to put forth the footwork to do certain things, then your body, who in the street chat or on the air right now, like who volunteers that tournament? Like who just goes and volunteers their time and just like doesn't get shit at the end of the tournament?
I'm too busy because every tournament
I volunteer at every tournament I've been to.
Every tournament
if I can help.
Every tournament I go to, I volunteer to keep picking your drunk ass up. So I do my share.
That shit at Evo when everybody was doing setups, were setting up fucking PS3 setups for fucking Street Fighter the next day. I did that.
Yeah, but that's just a small. That's just a small portion of it. Like you know what I'm saying. Like how are your verbal skills? You know what I'm saying. Can you sell me anything? Like I'm a shrewd businessman. It's gonna be hard for you to sell me something.
I'm very good at oral dictation.
I'm not gonna fucking go and put. Yeah, I'm gonna go get this controller because AGE Fanatic said use my promo code to get this fucking controller. Man, fuck that. If it's not marketing,
but
You're
that
not
no, I don't
marketing
know.
yourself
I
to do
don't.
that.
But Jazz, I see your point, right? But I
Yeah.
don't know if it's 100% fair, even to say, are you in the market for controllers in the first place? How possible was Fnatic job to move that many controllers anyway?
Obviously, it wasn't good because a whole lot of
Yeah,
FGC don't play with pad.
right. There you
Yeah.
go.
But then again, on the flip side, Fnatic did
But
have the mouthpiece to go with the business aspect. He may not have had the margin that James is saying that we will never have, which is true. We don't have that type of margin. But if you have a mouthpiece and you're good, like a business speaker, which Fnatic is, that's what
Yes.
why PDP always looks at him as a great vessel towards our scene. Because he, first off, he has the experience. He used to be a Marvel 2 player back in the day, and now his mouthpiece, and then now he has music. He has a bunch of factors that factor on why he's part of their company. Now, anybody else doesn't really have that, and that's a main factor when it comes to business. You have to have tools.
I agree.
You know what I'm
Hold
saying?
on. Let's take a look at Mike Ross, for example, right? Mike Ross. He's an okay player. I mean, you know, he's
Yeah,
good. He gets
yeah.
fourth place a lot.
Yeah, he gets fourth place,
You
but,
he loses to EG all the time, but we won't talk about that. But he knows how to sell a product. He knows how to talk. He knows how to put on a show. No one will dispute that. But realistically, in the FGC, what the fuck we have to sell? What product do we have to sell? Once one person buys a controller, they don't need to buy any more. It's not like, all right, I bought one controller. Let me buy 50 fucking more because I'll always run out.
You're
Let me buy 50 fucking.
But then
Like,
again,
what do
but
we
now
have
wait,
to
but now
do?
wait. Here's where the crossroad is, and this is what a lot of people don't understand, because controllers are marketed and made to fail.
Yeah, that's true.
They're
So
made
you
to
can keep buying
fail.
them.
This way you keep getting them. But now the key is getting the right person behind it to continually promote a controller that, quite honestly, they probably don't even fucking believe in. You know?
No, but you're right. What you said, the controllers do fail, and they have the. Well, I don't know. I still think it's a tough sell, even for a good businessman, to sell to.
Oh, everything is a
Yeah.
tough sale. That's the mark of a businessman. You
No,
build
I mean,
those skills and shit.
No, they said a good mark of a businessman is not to sell somebody something they might not want. The good mark is to find where you can put the supply to the people who want it. So maybe.
Right, it's to find the right person who wants the right product for what time.
Timing is
Like
everything.
when I
Yep.
when I used to do videos and I was trying to sell my product, get people to subscribe to me on YouTube and shit so I can make money. Like I wasn't able to sell shit because I was nothing but a bitchy, whiny little asshole. But then I grew up, and at some point I dealt with a lot of my demons. And this past year, I grew up, and now, people like my shit. But
So wait.
That's
so the year
what?
before you weren't grown up. You were somebody else, completely different.
Hey, listen, Russ. At 23, I still got a lot of growing up to do, man. We all do. Let's admit that.
I don't.
Yeah. But
I'm trying to get younger.
You're an exception, James.
Yeah.
But then again, who here's dressed up like fucking Satan?
A Rastafarian Satan. Yep.
Exactly.
But we gotta grow up in the FGC, and I say we because that includes me because I still got some fuck growing up to. But we all gotta grow up. We gotta get past this all for one and one for all bullshit. Because no matter what, no matter, in my opinion, if Justin or Rog or anybody else talk about, it's for my love of the team, it's for my team, this and that. The only team I see that actually gives a shit about each other is EMP.
Hey,
Corn.
Sorry, and Corn.
Yeah, Corn too. Yeah, Corn too.
Corn, despite what everybody says about them, they're a family. EMP, despite what everybody says about fucking Triforce and Sanford when he bitches and moans and blah blah blah, they are a family. Bifu is a family. We need people who care about. We're not going to get to the promised land by working individually, by looking out for only ourselves. We're going to get to the promised land by working together, but nobody wants to do that. You know why baseball and football have commissioners and a bunch of fucking board directors and shit? Because it takes 10 or 20 people to get shit going. It doesn't take one goddamn person who wants all the fucking money. But no, instead in the FGC, everybody just wants to sit back and bitch and moan like little children, and nobody wants to get anywhere. Now, I'm not even... Now, I don't know if the right people are listening to this shit. I have no idea. But let's take the people at EVO. EVO doesn't want to branch out. They're okay with what they're doing. But the problem is, let's say for 1 year, everybody goes on strike to prove a point. Let's say Justin and Chris and everybody else doesn't show up. The problem is all of the puppets, and I will use that word, all the puppets who think, okay, if all the top players aren't there, then I could win, let's say the prize is $5,000. What the fuck is $5,000 to you? You win $5,000. You're gonna piss away $1,000 of it flying back home. And then you're gonna piss away $4,000 by paying for your electric bill.
I win a tournament every month. It's called my paycheck. So I don't know why people would be killing themselves over tournament money.
I mean, they do though. That's the problem. They do.
That's the big problem.
They're so self-absorbed with the money that is never gonna be there, because without investors investing either in the tournaments themselves or players, there's no money to be made. And be happy that you walk off from a tournament where it's
you got to do something other than press buttons. That's it. You got to do something other than press buttons. Pressing buttons ain't enough.
Be a hobby. But Jazz, I was going to ask you though. I thought things were changing for the better in the New York scene, because you had Team Pie, which kind of gave Street Fighter a shot in the arm.
Nah, everybody's getting lazy, Russ.
They get lazy.
First of all, like everybody's talking about teams being family. Like everybody forgets the main team that puts our shit on the map, and that's Team Spooky. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We're family. I mean, we might not agree with everything. We might not.
I didn't really name Team Spooky because I don't know much about Team Spooky. That's why.
They put the FGC on the map as least appreciative the motherfuckers are about that. Like, we don't care. Like, we put it out there, but that's neither here nor there. But
but you're right. I apologize. I do. I apologize.
I don't. You guys ain't done shit. Victor, Art, you sit behind a fucking mic and you jibber jabber about nothing all day. You just ramble on incoherently and pretend you're actually doing something. Oh shit, I can't say nothing. I kind of do that.
I want to ask a question. So if
don't say Spooky, shit.
If Team Spooky is the main guy who put fighting game community on the map, right? Has he ever thought about trying to do like a major? Like come out his own pocket to try to do a major or something?
It's not logical. It's not.
It really isn't.
Especially not in New York.
You make all more money
that we got going on, and we have to travel and this, that, and the third. It's not gonna.
And you like Victor makes more money streaming at like 5 majors than putting on one.
It's not feasible.
And you can't hate him for that. Like,
I don't.
To be fair, Vic.
The one thing about certain teams is longevity. You got teams that, you know what I'm saying, they stay under the radar, they last all these years or whatever the case may be. It's longevity, man. That's all that matters. And you're starting to see a lot of that shit die. Just like arcade. Like, they're dying.
Yeah, and the scene's dying again. And it's slowly happening, and nobody's acknowledging it, because what little bits of things people are getting, they're trying to hold on to that rather than fix and deal with the actual problem, which is this scene can't get along with each other.
If the scene dies now, it ain't coming back.
No,
that's real.
Do you see Ultra 4 as being the next Resurrection? I don't.
No,
I don't
hell
think
no.
So. Yeah.
I don't.
No,
I don't know how the game's going to turn out. I can't say.
That's why I say, and I say again, it's more than pressing buttons, man. It's more of it just going out there knowing how to do links and knowing frame data and all that shit. It's more than that.
What kind of work is content creator?
Sooner people realize that, the better off everybody's going to be in the long run, because everybody's going to know what to expect. And everybody's going to make moves to make sure that their community stays alive. Because if you don't do that, then it's finished. Just like arcades, they're done. They can be there's no more arcades in New York.
Well, Jazz, how do you suggest to do it when you have all the old grievances and issues between the various parties that be?
Well, my grievances are mine. I don't force my grievances on anybody else. Like, everybody knows on my Facebook, like, I go completely ham on like everything. I don't give a fuck about nothing.
Right.
But real is real, man. And when you got a community that you care about, just slowly like disintegrating off of high school bitch shit, like, come on,
thank you.
Like,
but again,
I'm
listen, Jazz, listen. I hear you saying that, but what is the solution? Everybody's saying the same thing. The scene is falling apart. What is the solution?
Like, there's no real clear cut answer. It all starts with you.
No. There's a clear cut answer. There's a clear cut answer. It starts with everybody growing the fuck up. But
that's
no
what I'm
one
saying.
wants
It starts
to do
with
it.
you. Nobody wants to grow up. Hey.
Yeah.
I'm saying
See,
it starts
that's
with you.
that's
Like,
the problem.
You gotta internalize what you want to do. Me personally, I've gone to tournaments with no money. I've left tournaments with no money, and I volunteered my services and got no money, and I felt 50 times better than I'll go to a tournament and win $200 in money match. Like, it's what you willing to sacrifice for what you love. It's not about what I can win. It's what you do with what you can do in your scene that makes a difference.
Yeah.
Like, when you were talking about what Chris G said about how, like, people are only asking for help and blah, blah, blah. See, here's the problem. A long time ago, when I was on one of the episodes, and I was talking about how, with Sanford, if I walked up to him before or after the tournament, and I asked him for, like, 5 or 10 minutes of his time to help me work on a combo or, like, work on a specific matchup, I didn't mean, that would be the end of it, and I wouldn't go home and try to level up myself. But see, the problem is people are too lazy to actually do it, so they expect all the top players to help them.
Niggas don't want to go in trainer mode.
Nope.
Like,
trainer mode is where it is, man.
Like,
I
sit on Marvel
and all that shit.
I didn't have money to buy a stick. Like, I'm not that fucking rich. I don't have money to buy a stick, and so I got good with a pad. Like, I'm working with a fucking pad in Marvel, and I spend 2 hours a day or every 2 days working on it. That's how dedicated I am to one day when I have money branching out to compete in fighting game tournaments. Because I love fighting games. I love them when I was a kid, and I love them now.
But you know what's funny? Like, this same renaissance happened, like, when the consoles came out. Like, we were so used to playing in arcades and sticks and everything, that when the consoles came out, niggas was like, I gotta play with this?
Yeah, like, listen.
Then,
don't let me get started on how much these pads destroyed my thumbs until I could buy a stick.
Before you had Super Nintendo, because Capcom actually came out with a stick for Super Nintendo and Genesis, and nobody couldn't play on that shit. Nobody wanted to go to tournaments.
I remember those arcade sticks.
Shit. Like, seriously, like, it's like a renaissance of what's going on right now. Now you have everybody in the FGC, hardcore FGC, is going back to sticks because of Mad Cat, Tory, Razor, whatever the case may be. And like nobody's playing on pad anymore. All the pad players is like, we're all the fucking pad.
like, listen, real talk. Despite everything, the fighting games were big in the '90s, and then when the arcades died out, the consoles killed the arcades, and then the fighting game the fighting game tournaments came out, and then the FGC died for a little while and went low, and then it resurged back again in '09. But if it dies now, let's say it dies this year or next year, it ain't coming back.
Ultra's not gonna help it. Ultra's not gonna help the situation.
Ultra's not gonna help it. That's it. This is it. It's live or die.
We need new content.
And I say again, you have to do more. You have to volunteer, and you have to want to do more. Have to.
Like, I remember.
Well, all right then. Let's play FGC Apocalypse here. All right, I'm just curious.
Yo, hold on. Before you do that, yo, Jonathan, what's up, man? Jonathan, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm across the globe. I told you, man. I'm going fucking Hugo Chavez, man.
No, you fucking. I logged and I was like, how's this guy streaming on Twitch and you streaming at the same time? And I this guy's like the devil and shit.
Yeah, man. I did witchcraft, man.
Yo, you might as well triple cast and go on Hitbox and just keep going.
I plan on it.
All right,
plan on doing 4.
listen. FGC Apocalypse.
Yeah,
What's up,
I was
Jazz?
great. What Jazz? All right, FGC Apocalypse, right?
FGC Apocalypse.
Yeah, so I was thinking, which will be the last team standing in the FGC Apocalypse?
EMP.
EG.
Well, no.
EMP.
Just like I did on the stream when we were when I was at Apex. You know who's going to survive? OBS.
OBS.
So all right, I'll go down the line since my brain's a bit slow. I can't catch everybody at the same time. So all right, Jazz. Who you say would be the last team standing in the FGC Apocalypse?
You know I'm gonna have to say my team.
So Team Spooky. All right. Jason,
we ain't going anywhere for a minute.
Jason, what would be the last team standing?
Hold on. But before that, if I may ask, what do we define as a team?
That's what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we basically compete, but we mostly stream. So I mean, even if we're still a family and all that, we would consider ourselves a traditional team.
That's why
everybody on Team Spooky, they sponsor themselves. Like we don't have any outside contributions. All contributions are donated. So like we come out of our own pocket a lot. So it's not really like on a partnership and they fly us everywhere and we do everything. No, it's not really like that.
All right. Well, I'll clarify it. Last team as in you're willing to put that as your handle. You don't have to play, but you have to be active. You don't have to play, but you're active. As in either streaming or something like that. So you say Team Spooky. All right.
I see it. I have to.
I know, because you're contract bound.
No. It doesn't have nothing to do with that.
I know, I'm joking.
We're not a team that's built on, when you're fired, we're not gonna fuck with you anymore. I mean, it's a real family, man.
Okay.
And it's nothing against other teams. It's nothing against EMP or whatever the case may be. But I have my loyalties, and that's where they stand. I'm not gonna go above and beyond the Call of Duty for no other team but my own. So that's just how I feel about it.
All right. So Jazz is Team Spooky for life. Team Spooky at the end when the FGC burns down.
When the FGC burns down, we'll still be fucking standing.
So Team Spooky is streaming the fires. All right.
Who do you think is gonna survive? I mean, outside of the people streaming the event, whatever the case may be.
I think, as you rightly said, the last team standing, I think it would be some of the oldest teams. So my guess, you'll have EMP. You're going to have Team Spooky. You're going to have
No. You said the last
one.
The last one.
To be honest, when I think of these things, I'm not so absolutist. I know you're not going to have the last. Is this dog here, Joe, will be the last dog in the apocalypse. He will be the last motherfucker alive.
For argument's sake, just go for absolute.
Yeah, just
for argument's sake.
Just for argument, don't be loyal or nothing.
I'd have to say EMP just because they're pretty old. Old things take a while to die.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Russ says EMP. Who wants to go next?
I say OBS.
You know why OBS is gonna last?
Because we don't give a fuck.
We don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But y'all not a real team, though.
Why? Whoa! Shut the fuck up. The fuck you mean we're not a real team?
I mean, technically, Team Spooky's not a real team.
Yeah. What do you got? How many Evo winning? How many guys you got that actually made top anything at Evo?
You're streaming.
Rio is OBS. The best Mortal Kombat on the fucking player on the planet. Period.
You telling me that Perfect Legend isn't?
Who?
Fuck Perfect.
Oh wow.
He's the best in Ohio.
He's the best in the Midwest.
Best in the Midwest.
Them niggas play already.
All right. So we know James says.
Real talk, James. Y'all y'all don't have team meetings and shit.
Oh, we don't?
Nah.
What's this?
We meet every Tuesday. What
What's
are you
this?
talking about?
Every Tuesday we meet.
Talk shit.
To denounce, listen, to denounce OBS as a real team is to say that the FGC is in a real community.
Oh. Well,
it might not be.
It might be.
No, it is a community. It's a real community.
It might just be like Ghost Dad. Like he's there,
Ghost
but he's
Dad.
not.
Ghost Dad, wow.
Guy quoting Bill Cosby shit.
Wow.
But,
all right. But let's not lose track. So we know James is saying OBS. So Fifth said OBS. Jazz says Spooky for some reason, and I'm just fucking
For some reason.
For some reason.
I'm just fucking with you. So he says, he says Spooky. Russ says EMP. Who wants to go next? I'll go last.
I'll go next.
All right.
Okay, they said OBS because they don't give a fuck, and I'm gonna say OBS because I don't give a fuck. So it works for me.
Now, let me just interject this. How many members do you have in Team Spooky?
Oh God, we're going to war.
Members that you know about, or members
I don't
that
care.
I know?
Pull that number out your ass. I don't care what the number is. You can't touch what we got.
Originally, Team Spooky was 5 people.
Too many of
So,
I mean, OBS just picked up 2 people tonight, and me and Fifth. So
I was there for the swearing in. It's official.
He was the high priest.
First of all,
you got a fire mage.
Now, if you go depending on which way you go, if you go over into the Twitch universe or if you go over to the Ustream universe, I got OBS trusting me over in the UK. Well, you know, we have OBS players in 6 of the 7 continents. And I have somebody that's telling me they want to throw a tournament in fucking Antarctica. And I'd be like, you know what, motherfucker? You're OBS.
I forgot that was even a continent.
You know,
OBS Emperor Penguin.
Apparently Australia is a country.
Tournaments and fucking an igloo and shit.
You know, I mean,
life out there.
We have players that compete at tournaments, whether it's local, regional, majors, all over the world. Not just in the U.S. Unfortunately, I don't have any Japanese players, but you know, and since you're in the Twitch universe, I got Trey Pounds right here, who's another top fucking Injustice guy. Trust me, we got our numbers, man. We're probably close to over 100 and change.
Yeah.
And change. I can actually run down a list because I do, believe it or not, keep track of everybody.
God damn.
Except for Chris G, because he didn't get his fucking hoodie.
Body.
But I'll rectify that issue as well. You know, we're strong in Texas. You know, I got. Wait, how about this? I got OBS Rattlehead, the kid who made the song for the OBS show, and he'll body you in MK, and he's blind. You can't touch that.
Damn.
Yo, wow.
That's so real.
But no blind kid is beating me in MK.
I'll money match you on that one.
Oh, snap.
I'll money match you on that one. He will body you. He went to Evo, and the kid who won it and the kid who fucking took second are the only 2 that beat him.
Oh wow.
The kid's godly with Cyrax.
Cyrax is that nigga.
That's my nigga.
Okay.
Cyrax is too ill.
Nigga.
Oh yeah, before I forget,
That
who else was there? Anybody left for their last team standing in the apocalypse of the FGC prediction?
I was gonna keep going, but I wasn't sure if James was done.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right, so Jamie just answered Virgo. Who do you think is gonna be the last team standing? Okay, I don't think Virgo's there. Abe.
Abe got body too? Oh.
What, did everybody fucking leave?
You know, you should do whoever doesn't answer, just kick them from the call, 'cause it means they're not here.
Virgo, you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
See?
Oh, there you go.
He just didn't.
Alright.
Abe, you here?
Will be the absolute
Yeah, I'm here.
last standing team of the FGC.
When it burns down.
He said when, not if. Dude, do you know any teams at all?
No, I know the team. I just don't know who will stay standing. I mean, there's a lot of teams, and depending on how things are gonna go this year, I don't know.
So you're undecisive.
No, it's either EMP or EG, I guess.
Oh damn!
You got to pick one. It has to be your absolute.
From the way it looks like it as of now, I would have to say EG.
All right, Virgo says EG. Hey, what about you?
As far as like this so-called standard team, it would probably be fucking between EG and EMP, but I'm gonna go with EG because EMP has so many genres of players that they would fall back on those.
We're just talking about the FGC, man. We're not talking
about
FGC.
Okay, then I go with EG. But as far as real ass teams that don't give a fuck, us. Because you know what?
OBS doesn't count because OBS will always be the last.
Okay, fine, EG then, because you know what? They have more to fall back on than EMP all day
I think
long.
they're more financially secure with of what
don't get me wrong. I respect everything Triforce done in his longevity of being their leader of their team and doing all that stuff. But like I said, they have something to fall back on other than fighting games. So it wouldn't really matter after the fighting game.
No. So you're missing the point.
No, wait. All right, let me clear it up.
What I'm talking about, what Russ and I'm talking about, is just the fighting game portion of these teams.
Fighting game portion. EMP wouldn't be the last standing. Long story.
So you think EG would be the last?
EG, yeah, EG.
Okay, all right. Who has an answer? Jonathan.
All right. Now, see, originally my answer, and I'm going to stick to my original answer, was EMP. Let me tell you the reason why. Because EG, just like all the other sponsors, if you look at Fnatic, if you look at Complexity, if you look at all the ones who have roots that have nothing to do with the FGC, they will have no problem dropping their FGC team if it doesn't work for them in terms of return on investment. So if EG comes along, Sir Scoots, the way he talks about the FGC, it's like an experiment to him. Right now, he's more excited about Counter-Strike. So if the FGC gets to the point where it's not enough return for him, what's the point of him keeping those players? You got to remember, Rio, CD Jr., all of them, remember, they were VVV Gaming. What happened? Any of those places that don't really have a foot in the FGC, just because they have Justin Wong, just because they have Ricky Ortiz or whoever have you, just because they have those people, that doesn't mean anything for them in the end, because it's all about revenue. That's the whole reason why it didn't matter how many headsets Chris G had on his head. He was getting dropped because it meant nothing to the company.
Why isn't Jonathan in the call?
You understand?
Why? Because it makes sense?
Yeah. You understand? That's why I say EMP, because you know why I say EMP? See, I'm not... OBS, I didn't really see them as that. The reason why is because if you look at OBS, especially the way James has it now, they're not just the FGC. Do you understand? It's beyond that now. EMP, no matter how many billion members they have, no matter how much Triforce wants to come in, I'm Hollywood, this is like the NWO. No matter how much he wants to do that, their main force is the FGC. The NWO. Like, end to end, beginning and end. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is what it is. Like, beyond that, if they was to focus on the laurels of just Nintendo, the only person to be talked about is Triforce. Period. You see Sanford Kelly playing Smash? You see him playing Guilty Gear? You see him playing any of the other stuff? No. They're all 100% in the FGC. It is what it is. That's where all their force came from. That's where they got their recognition from. So that, I think, they would go for it the hardest, and they'd be the hungriest to keep it alive. That'd be the last standing. So what they would do, in the end, I think would probably happen. You'd probably even see like EMP Ski Sonic and nonsense like that. Because it'd be, what else is there? They'd be the only
Sonic.
So imagine
Sonic, wow.
Imagine seeing an EVO 10, 15 years from now where everyone on stream has EMP in front of their name. What's the point?
All right.
No, but That's basically
Okay, that's your choice then.
no. That's basically the reasoning I came up to too. Because remember, we said this is the FGC apocalypse. The shit's burning down. We're going back to the dark ages.
That's why I said right there, it's the EMP.
Jamaican Satan is burning down.
All right. Free. You and me are the last ones.
Yeah.
For me, I would just go with the EMP more because I mean all that this team has been through, and that they're still here. I mean, I don't know what's gonna take for them to like really go away. So that's just gonna be my vote.
What? Yeah. Who else? Who else left? No.
Last but not least, go.
Let me hit you guys with a bit of reality. I'm not gonna pick a team because there ain't gonna be no team. When Spooky and Bifu and all the other streamers decide fuck this, and when
It's
EG
over.
decides to cut their FGC team, and when even Sanford and Yipes and everyone decide Triforce it's not working, we see the thin line. The only person that's going to be standing is Triforce, because he's the only one that's not giving up. He chose to make fighting games his life. He chose to not want to work a 9-to-5 job, and he chose to invest in the FGC. He lives, breathes, and dies fighting games. He will not give up on the FGC. When it burns, when it goes down, he will be the only one standing, trying to get to the promised
He will be the Wesker of the FGC.
The Wesker, wow.
Man's like the Terminator, yo. He's Skynet. He ain't going nowhere.
But seriously, real talk, there ain't gonna be no teams left. Only Triforce will be left. And now, if everyone is cool with that, sure, let the FGC burn, let it die. But if you're not cool with that, shut the fuck up and step up.
Wow.
Well, but it's not gonna happen. So yeah.
Oh, it's not gonna happen.
No.
See, here's my problem. We're talking on this show, but no one likes us. No one likes James. No one likes me. No one likes you, Abe. No one likes Russ. No one likes any of us because we come on this show. No one cares.
Hell froze over. OBS is on fucking Twitch. I don't know about all that.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know about that. There's some shit going on.
But what we need, what we need is that one night where the right person is listening to OBS. Because honestly, OBS is going to be the shit that gets shit started. Because we're the only ones that don't give a fuck, that talk about the real shit. We're the ones that let Korn on. We're the ones that let Triforce on. We're the ones that let the people who are going to bring the fucking FGC up. Listen, despite what you all may think of Triforce from that stupid fucking Chinatown movie, which was fucking gay, by the way, and everything else.
Even after watching that, I never thought of him as a bad person. I always looked at it as like this: Triforce did what any motherfucker on this planet saw an opportunity and he tried to capitalize. I don't give a fuck who you are. If I can make money helping James doing something for his company, or if I can help you doing something for your magic and all that other shit, I would do it. Why? Because it's an opportunity. When opportunity knock at the fucking door, you step up like a fucking man and you capitalize. You don't. You're a weak ass bitch in life. Real shit. Real shit.
Like, listen,
real shit.
When Justin said that Triforce was like his brother, and then left the Empire to go to EG, you know why Justin did it? Because he knew how good he was. He wanted money, and he left Triforce. But Triforce didn't give up. Nah, he kept going. No. And now look, Yipes is back on EMP. Sanford's stepping up his game. Hell, even Nelson, God rest his soul, he was trying to help Triforce pick everything up. Yep. Like, despite what everybody wants to believe, EMP is really the only team in the FGC that is a family, that is not out for themselves.
They're not, and they are.
Well, okay, they're not and they are, but...
It's like an indirect type of thing. Yeah. Business-wise, they're not at each other like, oh yeah, I'm going to fuck you out of your money and so and such, you know. Because Nelson had the same drive before he passed on, you know, God rest his soul. You know, he wanted greater things for his family and his team.
Yeah.
But that's what a lot of us, you know, really lack. You know, that's why we don't have any unity, because everybody's trying to get their quick buck. But yet we see Triforce as, because he tried to make some money off Justin Wong. Well, guess what? Justin Wong wasn't the smartest fucking business person to get from the get-go. But he got put on game. He got put on game. If you watch that fucking movie, he put on game after a few years and was like, okay, I can make money. Just like Chris G knows he can go to Cali and make money, but he has to do it for himself. He can't rely on nobody. That's the whole point about
Just
fucking
because he
man.
decided to leave does not make Triforce a bad person.
No.
No, you know why Justin left in reality? It was money. Because if you look
Yeah.
at the moment, if you look
money
at it,
talks. Money talks.
The moment he went to EG, that's when he started doing all these other opportunities for other games. Remember, he was community manager for Nexon and all sorts of extra shit.
But what a lot of people don't seem to understand, Triforce, you know, as much as people say, oh, he was hurt, he really wasn't, because it was an initial shock to it. But as somebody that's been pushing this as basically a promoter, you want to get your players the best they can get. That's why I've told people that have repped OBS, if somebody offers you money, go for it.
Mm-hmm. Word.
You know, but it kind of came out of nowhere. It came out of nowhere, and it just kind of smacked him in the ass. And it was done kind of in a, I don't want to say, I guess a deceitful way. That was the bitter pill to swallow. It wasn't the fact that Justin was making money. It was the fact that he set up a course of action, and the whole thing got sidewinded because because Justin left. And Triforce, contrary to what everybody says, I know he was on that list, number 1. There's a lot more worse stuff that goes on in this scene that I don't even put on blast. Just trust me when I say there's, white knights that are really black knights running around. Shady stuff with money. Shady stuff with sponsors. Triforce has never screwed somebody out like that. Now people will say, "Oh, what about Evo and this and that?" There's so much shit that goes on that it's to the point that it's like, come on already. How long can you run this guy's face in the fucking pile of dog shit?
Hey, if it was,
I know, right?
If you listen to Mike Watson, you'd swear Triforce is the Antichrist.
He really would, actually.
The reason why, most people who run around and say, oh, Triforce killing the FGC, oh, Triforce is bad, what has he done, blah, blah, blah. You know what it is? Most of those people is because Triforce hasn't done something for them specifically.
Exactly.
That's why they're going crazy about it.
Also,
you know what I'm saying? I'm not for nothing, I'm not backing his horse, because if you give him a soapbox, my man will talk you into fucking the end of the century.
Yeah.
But
Oh, we know how much Triforce loves to talk.
Yeah, shit, yo, that man.
Yo, that dude can talk for hours.
He has verses and psalms and everything.
That dude.
Real shit. FGC don't work for him. He should become past Triforce. Real rap. Real rap. I will go to his first sermon and all.
No, but real talk, I see you fucking people in the chat that are saying, oh, Triforce hasn't done anything, he's just trying to get EMP started. Wrong. Triforce, is there anything wrong with people trying to better themselves? No, that's not what we're saying. Our point is, Justin wanted to better himself, and he left. That doesn't make Triforce a bad person. That's all we're saying.
Yeah, the story, the way the story was portrayed, it was a lot more demonic.
Yeah,
it's a fucking movie. You gotta sell shit.
You know why? It was a movie. They needed to have a villain. They needed to have a hero.
Yeah.
It's every movie.
The same guy did that.
They didn't want to end up like that first Superman movie remake, where they didn't have a villain. That's basically why you need a villain in a movie,
but yeah,
or else people get confused.
But Triforce isn't trying to just better EMP. Triforce is trying to better the entire FGC, but he's trying to use EMP, the name Empire Arcadia, to do it, because that is his company. That's all he's fucking doing. Is that so hard for you people to fucking see that in the chat? Are you serious?
Niggas just don't understand.
I know most of you are trolling, but understand this.
You know what's funny too? If they was to look at, they want to troll Triforce, right? So let's go look at EG. Let's go. You can bring up tons and thousands of videos of Sir Scoots, F-bombing people and ranting just as much as Triforce and sounding the same exact way towards the Counter-Strike community. the exact same way.
But here's the problem that I never understood. When I once heard Triforce talk about the trolls on the show, the problem is, do you not understand that you trolls are what's killing the FGC the most? Because it's you trolls that are backing the people from Evo and most of the fucking bad tournament organizers. Because when they go to the bank and try to show people, who Triforce is and whatnot, it's you trolls who are going to turn them off. Do you really want the people who run Evo running the FGC with how that much they popularity play brackets and how much little money they put in and keep most for them fucking selves? Do you really want that? Is that really what you want? Or do you want the FGC to just die out? Like, do you not want to be able to push buttons for the rest of your life to make some money? I know I would. I would love to fucking wake up at whenever the fuck I want and just press buttons for the rest of my life to make money.
I do that, just not arcade buttons.
Oh, with George Jetson in it?
We fucking Leroy Jensen, son. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, Lord. Well, yeah, I see what you guys... Definitely what you guys are saying makes sense, though. But I don't know. I think I just want to get to a state where I think the video game thing should be a hobby. If it's a hobby that you can get money off of, that's lovely, right? But people need the A game. This is supposed to be the B game. Because after a while, it will get boring. You might want... You know what I mean?
Again, now all of this that we're talking about, we still haven't gotten to what a resolution to any of this shit could ever be. And the first step is people sitting down and talking. Mm-hmm. And, instead of the name calling, again, the show was not designed for me to sit there and tell Mr. Wizard to go eat fucking McRibs. That was never the intent of the show. The point of the
Hot Pocket surprise.
The point.
Those are delicious.
The point of the show from the get-go was if Mikey and Fifth are going to be playing each other and they want to shit talk each other, go right ahead. Here's a place you can do it so it's made publicly known. And then you guys go play, but don't turn around and turn it into a fucking shooting match in a parking lot either.
Goddamn.
Yeah. Sorry. I was just gonna say, I just wanted to say something because I'm about to go to sleep because I've been up since 6 a.m. and have to sign tomorrow at school. But I agree. There's a women of the FGC group that's closed, open only exclusively to women, and just in there's a good example where a lot of the people are like, yeah, I heard this and this about this girl, but from this dude, and all that basically got vented out and sorted, and now there's events and it's togetherness and it's growth and over 100 people in there, and I really think it could be something. And some people might be like, over 100 girls, it's this, it's that, but it's literally just any girl that likes to play. I agree, it should be a B plan. I'm getting a master's in social work. I'm doing all this writing and networking and trying to grow into something. But I do cover all my own travels. I'm always on the East Coast, and I do play for fun. So people can, say what they want. But ultimately, I just think it's about treating people how you want to be treated. All that trolling does need to fall back because most of these trolls just sit at home and don't go anywhere, and maybe they feel all these people are just online personas, but there's really people out here spending their money, using their time, using their energy, so that the trolling needs to stop. I've had people harass me to no extent, and it's dusted off as, oh, that's just trolling. So that's my close. I'm gonna go to sleep, and I want to say that shout out to episode 49 of OBS because people do need to grow up. Episode 49 OBS, I took a 6 months hiatus after that, and you just have to conduct yourself in a marketable way and not give people a reaction out of you. If that, I don't blame OBS for nothing. I don't blame James for nothing. I got a few good jokes off in there, so hey, it's whatever. But after that, it's it just gave me this growth as a person, and I wouldn't be at where I'm at now. So OBS does create an outlet for a positive effect if people see it as that, and not just, oh, I'm bored, I can't afford to go nowhere, so let me sit on the stream and troll. I work really hard, and I fly from California all the time, and to all them trolls out there, if you get your money up and can afford to go anywhere, anytime, any day, it actually is really fun. So I suggest y'all do that.
Damn. And y'all motherfuckers gotta hold that.
So I'm out going to sleep. I have so much projects to do. So good night, everybody. And
All
to the
right.
guy in the chat that said I look 300 pounds in my picture, it's just because I like to hold all my money under my sweatshirt. So
Yeah. Jamie, thank you for coming on. You know you're always welcome on. We'll definitely talk more about getting some other stuff squared away too.
Okay, good night.
Alrighty.
Well, all right.
See, the thing is, she's right. It's like a girl can't come into this scene without getting fucking harassed.
It seems like that's in a lot of gaming.
But that's in almost every scene.
That's in every genre of
But
gaming.
you know what it
It is, but the problem is those other scenes don't have the black cloud over us to start. So now we have a black cloud over us, and this is one more
you're
thing.
proving it right. And you're proving it right.
And when you got white knights that are really black knights or wolves in sheepskin.
Jason. Sorry.
The dichotomy of that was not necessary.
Yeah, but the decision of it was.
Oh, Lord.
Jason, you know what? I'll tell you something. Jason, you know, what I like about Jason is Jason came on to this show. He threw himself out there, not knowing what to expect, stuck it out, called me up after we talked, and he's now like a permanent part of this show, like Crying Brian.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if you pull one thing out of this show away, it's you get a different, a large variety of people. When Dawn came on last week and people were like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, what, she doesn't have a right to say anything? You know, guys, you know, it's easy for guys to sit behind a keyboard and type, oh man, it's a trap, it's a trap, it's a trap. Does Dawn not have feelings? I'm not trying to get on some touchy-feely shit, but as a person to a person, does she not? You know, do you not think, like, when I go to a tournament and I hear, there's that JamessMK guy, I hear he's a real dick.
James, that's when you take your jacket off and be like, what you say?
But you can't. You can't do that, you know.
You can't do that.
You can't.
And that's why everybody's got a problem with Corn. Like,
but Corn don't do that either. Corn don't do that either.
Ready to go in.
Corn's
they don't
videos
care.
are the hypest videos I've ever seen ever. These people bring their own fucking crowd and shit. That shit is fantastic. Imagine you going to an event and no matter what you do, you're getting cheered. Yo, I'm taking a piss. They're like, yeah! Like, that shit is crazy.
I know shit. Like,
think about that. Yo, you get up in the morning. Yo, you just fucking like making yourself breakfast. The moment you like take a bite of your cereal, they're around you cheering, going nuts. Yo, that shit is crazy. That shit is great.
That's just hype.
But
I don't know if I could live with such hype. That's too hype for me, man.
Think about it. That shit is crazy.
Yeah, dog. Taking a piss.
Corn to the FGC is sort of like if you was to have, like, let's say that guy that does the movie trailers follow you around and dictate everything you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Fifth is laughing and Abe is laughing along.
Yeah, yo, crazy.
Here, next time on the OBS show.
Yeah, yo, that shit is fucking insane.
Nah, but one thing I wanted to, when I was trying to get on the show, James, earlier last week, I remember someone saying about how, like, a large part of, like, racism and all this shit is how you're raised. That ain't no fucking excuse. When you're older, you can choose if you want to be racist, or you want to hit women or anything. I watched my dad hit my mom for many, many years until they finally got divorced. I don't hit women. I don't drink. I don't fucking smoke weed. Obviously, it's not how you're raised, because I'm not doing it. That ain't no fucking excuse to me. So don't ever fucking say that shit.
The way you're raised can affect to a degree, but at the end of the day, everybody in this community that's 18, if you're 18 years old, you're an adult, make your own decisions. At that point, if you were raised a certain way and you still can't decipher right and wrong, then you got fucking mental issues and you shouldn't be coming to tournaments anyway.
That's my point, though. At some point, that excuse has to stop. It's fine. It's fine when you're a kid, I guess, but it's not fine when you're older. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm not
Mike,
even fucking sorry.
No, Mikey, you make a good point, because none of us can even counterpoint you. As you said, you grew up in a situation where you would have possibly learned the wrong way to approach things, and you chose not to.
Yeah,
So,
but you also gotta realize it does affect certain people. Just like me and you, like some of us can drive a car, some of us can own a gun, and some can drink like James like a fucking fish, and I can't. I know I can't. I'm a small little fucker, so I know if I drink too much, I'm done. But if James does it, he's okay, and he's looking at me like, damn, you fucking pussy. So like stuff like that does affect people in different ways.
It's
not everybody's the same.
I've said it before. It's very simple. If I punch Jazz with 250 pounds per square inch, and then I punch Abe, Jazz might go, ow, that hurt, but you might bust down crying. Now, does that make you weaker? Because you have a lower because you have a different threshold for pain, and that's the same thing that's got to get applied to this community.
They're not weak because they both took the punch.
Yeah, well, it's not even a matter of taking the punch. Neither one of them would have a choice.
Yeah, they're going to get punched.
Yeah, it's going to go down either way.
But the point is that you can't nullify somebody as a weaker link. We joked around about it with the game and everything, but the weaker link isn't really the weaker link. And it's like, you can jab at people. Like Dark Lurker, you guys were kind of jabbing him a little extra, and I was kind of like, I don't know. I was like, he's taking.
That's why I wanted to come back on. You didn't let me.
Yeah. Well, needless to say, needless to say, the fact that people have different thresholds for pain, also people have different thresholds for anger. You could tell me you fucked my mother, and I'm gonna laugh. I don't give a fuck. So what? You fucked my mother. Okay, I know you didn't, douchebag. But somebody might hear that, and they might get into their little tizzy, and go, "Oh, anybody that ever talks about my mother, I killed them." Why? Are you stupid?
Nah, it's all the habit.
You're gonna jeopardize going to jail because go explain to a cop. Well, he said he fucked my mother, and see if that stops you from getting arrested.
Yeah.
These New York City cops are might.
Nah, New York City cops.
Or LAPD, man. You man.
So
play around.
I don't know. That one subject earlier that y'all was talking about, the fixing the FGC or whatever is going on, right?
Oh man, that's a long subject.
Now,
shit.
A couple of days ago.
That's an ongoing subject.
Yeah, a couple of days ago, King Blue River put up a tweet saying that he won an MVC tournament in Japan. He won DBEs and shit like that. Whatever. He's talking about the struggle is real. But see, the thing is,
it is though.
Everyone's always talking about, they want the FGC to have amazing pot bonuses and this money and that money or whatever. But then they also complain, and all the time there's threads about it, pictures about Japan coming and taking their money. Japan doesn't play for money. So maybe if we made it so the entire FGC doesn't play for money, all y'all would get better.
Maybe not.
Maybe because we are a greedy ass fucking country.
You really Americans.
Hold on a second. You really think that Japan plays for fun? Are you fucking serious? Japan don't play for fun.
I didn't say
play
they play
to
for
body
fun.
everybody.
I didn't say they play for fun, but because money's not on the line, they go that extra mile regardless.
Yeah, they play for pride 1,000%.
Why is it that only when an MK tournament was offering 10K, Justin Wong appeared out of the fucking bushes?
Oh no.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. That is bad.
Oh, KI Instinct, Xbox Live Gold, and all these things for Xbox One. All of a sudden, Justin Wong appears out of. You understand? That mentality right there is the reason why everyone's complaining about money, because they're like, why should I bother doing this if I'm only getting 500 or getting this or getting 300? You understand? It's like
the thing I'm looking on is that necessarily in of itself bad, or it's just a cultural thing? Because maybe in the States you need a little money for motivation. Maybe
we are incentive type of people on this side of the map. We need the incentive to feel like, we're accomplishing something. I made $5,000 at Evo, so I accomplished something.
By this point, especially with how old and like how long the FGC's been going, should be obvious by this point that definitely this isn't paying your bills monthly.
No. I'm not arguing that, but
this should be obvious by this point.
Let me tell you something. When I was still active in the pro circuit for Magic, and I was going to PTQs and all this shit like Dark Lurk was talking about, my intention was never to win, because here's the thing. They give you a free plane ticket, I think there and maybe back. I don't fucking know. So when a Pro Tour is in Kuala Lumpur, and I still have to pay for my hotel room and all this shit, and so I'm spending like what $3,000 to go from and to Kuala Lumpur, and the only way I'm gonna make any money that I have any money back is by winning the Pro Tour. Fuck that. So my intention was to not win. It was just to top 8 and get my name on the internet to make myself feel better, because it was a pride thing. Now, it's not that hard for people to not care about money, but I guess I was just fortunate growing up with no money and poor, and my mom always fucking, worrying about it, is she gonna have enough money to feed her kids? Because it made me not a greedy fucking individual who cares so much about money. That's why I care. That's why I'm trying to, tell people, wake the fuck up. Shut up about money and get FGC bigger. Because by making the FGC bigger, hey, I know it might be crazy to put together, and you might have to do some fucking math and call in Stephen Hawking, but FGC gets bigger, equals more sponsors, equals more money.
Well,
maybe
the counterpoint to that, the reason why, no matter how big the FGC is, I don't think the money will ever get there, because you got to realize the marketing involved. What the fuck are you selling?
It's not only
what is there.
Listen,
like, you know what I'm saying? What is there besides
think of it this way:
what's being sold?
How long have these guys that have been running the show been in power?
Since the beginning of FGC. Since probably 2000.
So since 2000 to 2004, from 2000 to 2014.
Probably a little longer than that, because remember, Evo was around before.
Yeah, but they called it something else. Yeah, but it wasn't that big. I think their most turnout before it was Evo. It was probably 50, 60 people.
So really like 2002, because that's when Evo started,
the beginnings. Right?
So with that said, I hear everybody talking about the steps of growth. What's grown, really, besides more events?
Absolutely jack fucking shit.
Not much. Not much at all.
We got a scene with the guys who I think are doing a great job with the esports gaming network. And then we got people in our scene shitting on them.
Ultra David, yeah.
How they treat
just Ultra David.
Dude, Ultra David White Knight is so fast. It was ridiculous.
Yo, what's funny too? I said something like the other day when they were talking about the girls that came out or whatever. You see that shit everywhere though. It's in boxing. It's everywhere.
Sex sells. 2 words. Sex sells.
And then I said, listen. First off, if I make it to esports and it gets to that point where I'm fucking like stupid, retardedly known for playing Dota 2 or whatever it may be, I'm gonna have the only hot blonde fucking French masseuse massaging my hand in between matches, and it is what it is. I'm gonna still drink tap water, I don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah,
tap water.
Tap water.
Real talk.
I'm gonna make sure that the people go to New York City to get my tap water, because that shit's fantastic. We have flavoring.
We do have flavoring. It's true.
It's crazy. You can drink on tap water.
Well, I guess you're not going with the baby crying.
No, I don't care. All she wants.
Oh wow.
But I mean, look, I'm gonna wrap this up because it's almost 4:30. But as a first day back to my good friends at Twitch, I hope I didn't offend anybody.
No, I think this one.
I kept it quite peaceful.
I'm pretty sure we could have went way worse against Twitch. I'm pretty sure.
Nah, you know what? Like I said, I don't.
So I think they'll be all right.
I don't blame Twitch. I mean, like I said, I got the email. They had 300 tickets opened up today that people were saying, bring us back, and that pissed them off a lot. Because every time somebody sent a free OBS to them, they had to open up another ticket. So we flooded their queue with shit, which in reality, it's just a pain in the ass for other, on a business side. And they were right with some of the things that came out. I ain't gonna sit here and say, oh, we were just absolutely innocent. But I'm glad that we've talked everything out. It took a lot of work, but I feel that this show can benefit more on both. I'm not bailing out on Ustream by no means. and I'm not bailing out on Twitch. In fact, if I can allocate the bandwidth and grab another 100 up and down, I'll go on 2 more streams. I don't care.
Well, with your connections, I don't see that why that shouldn't be possible.
No, it's,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You'll hit up Hitbox and you'll have all 3. You have the 3 big ones basically.
I need better internet.
You know, and that'll be the next thing is Hitbox. I'll give them a shot.
Oh yeah, that reminds me.
They're growing really well actually.
Too.
Speaking of the other Hitbox, I think I'm one of the few people.
Wait, hold on. Krylon Blue. How did I offend the West Coast? That's what I'm curious about. I'd like to know how I offended the West Coast.
Let's see. I live in New York. I don't think I give a fuck about the West Coast, but
let's see. I live in New York. I don't plan on ever going to live in the West Coast. I don't know. I don't really give a shit about the West Coast. I don't think I need to either.
Well, I got.
Is the West Coast paying my fucking bills? Is the West Coast making my fucking water clean enough to drink? No.
Now, the West Coast isn't even paying the West Coast bills. Remember? They dropped Filipino champ. He has to pay his own bills.
No, he stepped away.
He's solid. He's solid though.
He stepped away. He stepped away for something better.
He's going to EG.
Yeah. He's gonna do what he's gonna do. He's marketable in his own way.
He's gonna start his own team called Yeah Dog.
I'd join it. I love Champ, man. Champ is not just one of my favorite West Coast, but one of my favorite players. Period.
He'll make you have champ after your name by whatever like nation you're from. So I'd be like Puerto Rican champ. James would be like white champ and shit.
I'm just waiting on Team Pelican. That's all I'm waiting for. Team Pelican.
Pelican would be hype.
Yo.
Dios X would be the original member. Holy shit! Hold that.
The mascot.
What? No, I'm thinking though, as you're speaking about sponsorship stuff. But look, what's his name? Jean? Did I pronounce that right? Yeah, Jean. Zian got sponsored by Razer. So is Razer going in competition with Mad Cats now?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because
they are
pretty much.
They are.
Well, they said they are.
They're coming. You got to realize they're coming in with a stick. So therefore, by sponsoring players, there's more players using their stick, getting more visibility, more people buying their product.
And how better can you be than to snipe up the most recent Evo champion?
Exactly.
Yep. That was a good one. That was a good one.
That, remember, they had promo videos and they had that beta where they brought in Just Wong and people like that to like basically create the stick. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big deal. Because you don't have like Markman running around saying, "Hey, buy my stick," use Mad Cat's code 4000. Markman's awesome. Like you have, you know what I'm saying? You have actual
Okay, then Razor did the better marketing and they beat out Mad Cats. Shit happens.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it's you're gonna see a bigger Razor presence basically.
They said they were going to.
Yeah, because even if you look at it back then, remember when Daigo was on Team Mad Cats, he still had a Hori stick in his hand.
He is
on stream at tournaments. You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, Mad Cats just wants the Daigo name. They don't actually care what Daigo does. All they care about is that he's like they get to say Daigo Umehara is on our team. I just hope after this week I get to be on the show more when I actually ask instead of waiting like fucking 20 minutes.
You know, it's I set up
anywhere because basically all they have is sticks. You know what I'm saying? All their other products are fucking terrible.
You know, I set up the thing. You know, the thing is, I set up the show with a set format, and then you know, Chris runs late, or you know, or Panda's running late, and you know, I gotta fill in space that I probably would have said no because they were supposed to be, you know, coming on, and I'm trying to keep it, you know, knowing that I was coming on to back to Twitch. You know, I was trying to keep it kind of peaceful.
Nah, James, don't get me wrong. I love being on the show, man. I'm happy that you let me be on. I just, you know, I wish whenever I asked you, I didn't have to wait so long. But you know, it's all good, man. I understand you got to keep the show running, and a lot more people are a higher priority than me. I'm not gonna.
Well, it's not a matter of priority. It's just a matter of I preset something. So if I know in the beginning of the week as compared to 10 minutes before the show,
yeah.
You know, that's the thing that's kind of. You know, where I'm at, it's like, you know, guys that want to come on, you just got to give me advance notice so I can slate you in. You know,
I'll contact you on Facebook from now on. Then.
There you go.
Also, I'll hit you up again on Facebook during the week about that to remind you of that idea.
Yeah.
Of the, I don't know what the fuck we'll call it, perception of players in the I don't fucking know. We need a pro player to interview though, a pro top player.
Oh, I can. Trust me, I get my hands on those.
Yeah, but who the fuck would we do it with?
I'll wing it. All
right.
Anyway, let's get this rolling before the sound cuts out again.
Is the sound back? Because I'll go next.
Yeah.
All right. Well, shout-outs, usual to everybody in the chat. You know, as much as I said I hate trolls, you know, I do love the stream chat. That's why I love Twitch. Shout-outs to everybody in the call. You know, I'm glad that Fifth and I finally get to say we are official OBS people, even though we had to fucking pledge to the Jamaican devil.
Yeah, this guy said that shit on Twitter. I was like, wait a minute, really? For real? And then this guy had in his name and everything. I was like, oh shit.
Man, we're never coming back from that Fifth. We're fucked.
I know, right?
But yeah, shout-outs to Panda. You know, that dude's pretty chill.
Yeah.
You know, he does a lot for the FGC. You know, and you know, again, Jazz, I'm sorry for not including Team Spooky as a family. But yeah, shout outs to Team Spooky. I know that you guys do a lot of shit behind the scenes, and always, you know, Vic is a cool guy, and I always hang out with him when I go to next level. So, but you know, just I might be over passionate when it comes to the FGC, and I might get a little hype, but that's because I love the FGC, and I would love to see it grow. Do I think it'll ever, you know, be like baseball or fucking basketball is? No. But do I think that people could make a living off of it? And anything's possible. It's just if I can guide people in the right way, then at least I can do something right in my fucking life. But anyway, I'm fucking tired, so I'll see you all next week.
All right,
later, everybody.
Later.
Next, Fifth. We'll take care.
All right.
I'll show y'all some Southern hospitality.
Cheer. All right, yeah. Shouts out to the OBS show. It was fun coming on here and talking with you guys, having a little bit of fun. Shout outs to the DFW fighting game community. Shouts out to the Texas community. Shouts out to shouts out to Jane for like throwing the show. He didn't really have to do this, but hey, shouts out to staying up with us and all that. What else can I shout out? I think that's about it. Yeah, guys, check out my YouTube channel. I guess I'll put it in the chat or something.
Mm-hmm.
And Yeah, everybody.
Copy it into Twitch and Ustream because like there's viewers on both sides, so
Oh,
that way you get everybody.
All right, shit, my computer is fucking terrible. Shout out to having a Gateway laptop.
If I'm ever in the South, I'll fix it.
My shit is literally about to like, the fucking bottom is split. Oh,
damn.
Put that shit in here. Yeah, I play fighting games. I play shooters. So yeah, and I'm actually just started doing live commentary now that I know how to fucking work a mic. Because every time I usually come on here, y'all guys would get like some crazy ass feedback.
So now you got it down.
Yeah. Train specialist. All right, here it is in the Twitch chat. Now I gotta go to Ustream. I'm doing this shit from my phone, by the way, so it's just gonna take a minute.
Damn.
Yo, struggle's real, man. I ain't even struggling. It's just like I have a terrible computer. Yeah, and that's about it.
All right, brother. I will catch you next week.
All right, man.
Virgo, you still with us? Did you conk out on us? Because I know you're an old man. Virgo, going once, going twice. Sleeping.
That nigga sleep.
All right, we'll go to free next.
Yeah, he fell asleep to James' voice, yo. He said the devil's talking to him. He went to sleep.
Putting in subliminal thoughts and shit.
Yeah, so shout-outs to the OBS show. Congrats on getting back on Twitch. This show is good for letting people, speak their mind, right, wrong, just let everybody say their piece. Shout-outs to Chris G, because I got my Wii fight stick. So I'm going to be busting out a lot of TVC, even more than I do right now. Shout-out to, everybody in their local scenes trying to get their stuff started, I mean, the East Coast is kind of weak, but I'm pretty sure that, people will go and step up and, bring it back to, something, positive. And I guess that's probably it. So shout out to everybody in the stream. And good night.
All right, brother. Next is Mr. JamessMK.
Yo, shout out to all y'all stream monsters and shit. Shout out to James. Yo, James, I'll definitely see you at Winterboro, brother.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, I'm taking you up on that drink contest, too.
Yeah, I don't know if you want that. I got to carry you around again.
Yo, shout outs to Team Spooky. Shout outs to my team forever and always. Shout outs to Vic, Josh, man, Furby, rest of cool holding it down. Yo, shout outs to everybody that was on the air tonight. I guess that's it. I'm getting old. It's time to smoke and go to sleep. So later on, yo, James, holla at me during the week, man.
You got it.
All right, later.
Right, last but not least, Mr. Jonathan. I made you to end because I brought you in the last.
Yeah, yo, I would have been on earlier, but fucking my daughter was running me in circles and shit, so I passed out, and then I woke up, and the first thing I saw was a tweet from, Fifth, yo, I'm OBS, and I was like, what's happening? Then all of a sudden, everyone was going crazy because you on Twitch. That link is everywhere right now. Everyone's going, crazy ecstatic that you're on Twitch. So I was like, really? So all of a sudden, I opened it up. First thing I saw is this devil costume. I said, what am I looking at right now? What's happening right now? Yo, what's going on in this corner? And then I opened up Ustream and said, wait a minute. This guy's on both channels. Oh, it's fucking witchcraft or some shit's going on, yo. I swear to God, I thought he was never gonna be on Twitch ever again. Honestly, I seriously thought, oh, that was the end, and we're gonna fucking be at a war with them for the rest of our lives and shit. But
No, we're good. We're good.
Yeah. So, but shout outs to the show, the fact that we could come on and speak about shit and get things done or whatever, or just go at each other. It is called the On Blast Show, but we're fucking and then shout outs to my daughter randomly yelling in the back. She don't care. What I'm saying, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. I'll be playing something, she'll just yell in the mic just cause she wants my attention. But we're fucking So I'll try to be on earlier next week. So that way, if anything goes down, I'll give that other perspective, because a lot of people, they want to grow stuff. But you got to realize, companies are only there for money. You know what I'm saying? If you're not selling their shit, then what good are you to them? So
yeah, trust me. Companies aren't around just because they want to see the youth grow and play video games.
Like
No.
I can see the FGC getting big and having giant audiences and all that crazy stuff, but don't expect the pot bonuses or anything special to like go out of hand. Like it's never gonna get to that point because based on what it is. So but anyway, so yeah, all right. So that's mainly my shout out, of course. Shout out to DarKNaTaS. I know he was one of the founding members. He's not really on as much anymore, but I want to give him a shout out because him and James created this, and without those two, we kind of all wouldn't be here either. So.
Well, again, you're all appreciated. I mean, without you guys, this show ain't shit. And people can break balls and say, some of you guys are. The nobodies, yeah, well, the nobodies are the ones that make the somebody. That's the thing they don't remember, and to call somebody a nobody basically tells me I don't want you around. So if they don't want you around, keep doing the way you're doing it, and eventually they'll get their wish.
Yeah, word. Like, the next step for OBS now, let's see, like, James, I want to see you, like, streaming, then all of a sudden you're on Level Up Live. Next, you're going to be on Wake Up SRK. We got to keep it going. Keep blowing people's minds. Like, what is he doing here? Like,
Yeah, well, guys,
you gotta start streaming on PBS and shit right after Sesame Street. You make it happen.
I'm going to count with you today.
Yeah, everybody, it's so much mind-blowing nonsense if that happened, Everybody wouldn't need, that would be the thing to talk about. You definitely will have more posts on Kappa because of that.
Yeah, I want to know what's going to happen. I want to see what those posts are going to look like.
Yeah,
my homeboy EMP Esports is probably having a shit fit right now.
Yeah. I remember, like, what was it? The last thing they said was it DarKNaTaS was the real mastermind? And
no,
shit?
actually,
I think that was the last one they said.
No, the last one that was really fucked up, but somebody pulled it down, was that I'm the one that pushed pills on D-Nice.
Ah, okay. I didn't see that. Yeah. I didn't see that, so it probably was taken down. Yeah,
wow.
And it's like, not for nothing, I wouldn't give my pills to nobody. At the end of the day, they're my motherfucking pills, and they were like back pills, so those were like $1.50 a pop. And you're telling me I gave them like 15 to 20 of them? You think I'm going to give away $2-3 grand that easy? Fuck out of here. Anyway, let you guys all go. Virgo, you there? I'm giving you one more shot.
That nigga sleep.
He's out like a light. So Virgo, you're the last person I'm going to thank for coming on tonight. You guys are going to let you three go. I'm going to wrap this up. I got to get some sleep.
All right, later, bro.
All right, man.
All right, later, everybody.
All right, so again, guys, I'm glad to be back on Twitch. One of the things, though, at the bottom here, you'll notice there's a link for the National Breast Cancer Foundation. If you click on that, I don't want you to donate any money to me. I don't need your money. I got a job. That's what I do. But I do want people to, if given the opportunity, and they want to throw money out somewhere that's actually for something that's good, click on the link, go and donate money, and just do your thing, man. Again, don't let nobody tell you how the tournament scene's supposed to be. You guys are, at the end of the day, what decides which direction it's going to go. If you want, this tournament scene to grow, people got to start communicating and actually talking to each other. Ran my ass out of Reddit, lame nigga. Crying Blue, man, I really like you. I should make you a mod. But my point is the scene's gonna grow, or the scene's gonna go. As soon as people start actually communicating with each other in ways to try and make the scene grow, as far as streamers actually talking to each other, people collectively actually doing stuff to try and grow the scene. East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, South, it don't matter where in the States. But do yourself a favor and remember that, those other people have feelings just as well as you. Nothing wrong with trolling, but remember, there is a point where you could take it too far. Just try not to. And again, both Ustream, and then I got Twitch over here. I appreciate all you guys coming on, and I will talk to y'all next week.